What to do in a dangerous or embarrassing situation. You've pooped your pants in public. All right, that is a very embarrassing situation. And I can think of a few ways it could be considered dangerous, but we're going to stick with embarrassing. Okay, first of all, if this happens because you are sick, then you're sick. Don't be embarrassed. Just tell everybody, hey, I'm really sick. I've got to go. Get away from where you are. Get out of public. Go home. Clean up. Take a shower. Get to bed. You're sick. If it happens because you're drunk, you really shouldn't be that drunk by yourself. And if you are, you probably need to see somebody about alcoholism. Okay? But if you're drunk and you have this happen, whoever's around that you had there as your safety to protect you while you were that drunk in public, tell them and let them help you. Now, all other circumstances, let's zoom in on it. Okay, almost guaranteed this happened because you thought it was a fart, right? So, that moment happens. You're there. You're in public. Don't move. That's your first thing. You have to assess is the first thing you have to do. Because is this a situation where is it already showing? Was it, I don't know what the word is. Will it flow through the fabric fast enough that people would know already? If you move, is it going to come down a pants leg? What are we looking at here? What's the situation? So just stand still for a few seconds while you kind of figure all that out. Now, you want to, hopefully you have a jacket, a sweater, anything like that. Real quick, tie it around your waist. It's not going to look quite normal. That's not a fashion anymore, but you're not going to look as, people won't go, oh, look, you pooped your pants. They'll just go, why do you got a sweater? Also, if you have a book bag, you might be able to just carry it lower. Again, personally, I would rather have an unusual behavior for a little bit as I make my way to a bathroom than have everybody know that I pooped my pants. And again, if you pooped your pants, you pooped your pants. It's a thing. It does happen, but it's still embarrassing and I'd rather people not know about it. I'm assuming you feel the same way. Okay, now, that's the case. Where are we going? We're going to the bathroom. We are going to the room that is the bathroom, not going to the bathroom. Once we get there, that's headquarters. Okay. So step one. If you have like a whole bathroom to yourself kind of situation, like you're in somebody's house and you can close and lock the door and you've got a full bathroom, you're in great shape. If you're just in a stall, like a men's room stall, that's a little tougher, but you can do it. Okay, so we have to assess our situation. First of all, socks. Socks are expendable, and our socks are going to be very useful in this situation. So you get into the bathroom. First thing you're going to do, if you've got a book bag, or hopefully, there are usually hooks in a bathroom in the stall, so we're going to use those coat hooks. First thing you got to do, if you've got a backpack or something, you're going to get it off. Again, remember, any fast movement can encourage flow. So we're going to try to contain everything until we can get to it. So backpack off. Now, carefully, really carefully, get your shoes off, okay? Because remember, movement in that area can cause things to get runny, and you don't want your shoes to get ruined. You also don't want your socks. We're going to be ruining our socks, but we want them clean to use. So first thing you're going to do, just using your feet without bending over, kick your shoes off and push them over to the side. Now, get your socks off, push them over to the side. Now, standing so, imagine toilet bowl in front of you. This is if you're in a stall. If you're in a big bathroom space, yeah, just over there, take your shoes off. Over there, take your socks off. You got plenty of room. But in the stall is where I'm really focused on, because people who have to use a stall, they're the ones who have the most trouble. All right, so you're going to kick your shoes off in one corner, get your socks off. If they're clean and the shoes are clean, put the socks with the shoes. If not, keep them separated. Now, pants have to come off. Trousers. I'm going to use the English terms. I'm going to use trousers and underpants. Okay, those are the terms I'm going to use for things. So, trousers have to come off first. Extremely gentle. Get them off. If you can, you're going to, if they are not super stained, hang them on the coat hook, because things can happen on the floor where you are and you don't want to get them more stained. The pants are probably the trousers. Sorry, I'm in America. I call them pants, but I know some people don't. So trousers is a better term for it. The trousers are your number one concern. They're the most likely thing to get stained, and they're the thing that you wear on the outside and are going to have the hardest time covering up if they do get stained. So we're going to hang those up if they're clean enough already. Now you should be kind of Donald ducking it at this point, right? You should have nothing on below the waist, but full clothes above the waist. If you've got a shirt, sweater, anything like that that hangs down enough, you might want to take that off as well. And then you might be fully nude in there. But you know what you got to do, you got to do. Also, hang up anything that's clean. You want to hang it up. If you're like I am right now, I'm wearing a t-shirt underneath a sweater. The sweater is what we're going to wear. The t-shirt goes the same range as the socks. We're going to use it to help clean up. Okay, you have to have enough clothes to get out of there with, but anything that you can not do that with can be used as part of the cleanup. Okay, now we're undressed. We're in there. We're a mess. Okay, probably. Ugh. Okay, you got to clean up. You got toilet paper. You're going to use toilet paper as your first wave to get through, right? You're going to pull things off. You're going to throw it in the toilet. You don't want to clog the toilet, especially if you're in a like somebody's house. If you're in the bathroom there, all that toilet paper can clog up the toilet. So flush periodically to make sure you're keeping that pathway clear so you can just keep things going. You don't want to have to add. By the way, I have a video on what to do if you clog the toilet at someone's house. You might want to watch that if you're in this trouble. Okay, so we're moving on. We've cleaned up. Now we have, and the socks, once you use the toilet paper, it's going to do about as good a job as it can. The socks are probably going to use, because you got to look at the pants. Start with the inside. Any stains in there, you're going to carefully wear the sock like a mitten, and you want to carefully go in and get anything off. That's assuming you don't want to touch it, okay? Because honestly, the thing that you're going to find the easiest to clean, the tool that will be the easiest to clean and have it be 100% clean, is your hands. You know, right? You're in a bathroom, you can clean your hands off. No matter how much shit gets on your hands, it can all come off, and your hands can be 100% clean when you're done. Can't say the same for fabric, but you don't want to touch it. Wear the gloves. I mean, you're still going to get some on your hands, but the socks are better. You're going to get that off. You're going to get as much there. Now, as far as the underpants go, I personally would try to salvage them. I would use the toilet itself to clean them. After flushing, make sure you've got a nice clear flush, and then you're going to dunk the underwear in there, underpants. You're going to dunk, and try to get them as clean as possible. Get all the solid matter, the big hunks off, and as clean as you can. Now, if you have an ally, which is a person who you can contact in the location. So if you're at work, if you have a really good friend at work who you can trust with this information, or if you have, if you're at a party, if you have a partner at the party or something like that, text that person. You need, ideally, you will get Ziploc bags. You also might have a Ziploc bag with you. Honestly, I have often thought that I should always carry Ziploc bags with me. But that's Alice in Wonderland advice. I often give myself very good advice, but I very seldom follow it. Yeah, that's what I do. So yeah, carrying a Ziploc bag is a good idea. I don't do it, but you should. Things can go in the Ziploc bag if you have to. If you have to abandon the clothing, remember your socks, your underwear, undershirt, anything you're wearing under the outer layer, all that clothing potentially can be replaced, and it can just go in the trash. Do not try to flush your socks. Do not try to flush your underwear. Do not try to flush your t-shirt. That will just clog the toilet up to the point where someone will have to call a plumber, and you should probably pay for it if you do that. So don't do that. But trash is fine. I'm sorry, I'm running through everything now because I think we're done. Okay, so you're done. You've cleaned up as best as possible. And at this point, you have to make a decision. Can you get through the rest of your day? Have you cleaned up enough that you can get through the rest of the day? Is this something that might happen again? But honestly, you've had a rough day, man. Just go home. Go home and do whatever you do at home when you've had a rough day, because you need it. All right. Good luck.